So that guy was broken off on his left side. And I think it feels like the kind of night where they'll come in looking for a fight, because they're really close to getting ramped up. So hopefully I can rattle or grunt in a bigger buck. So we've probably got 30 minutes of camera light left. About 40 minutes of shooting time.
Brett. Brett. Hey. All right, everybody. Indiana Archery 2025. It's my first time out of the year, and I almost didn't go hunting today. I found out a couple weeks ago I've got a herniated disc, and I'm in a lot of pain. I almost sat on my heat patch and laid her down this morning. My wife said, you know what, you should go. You'll regret it if you don't. So I put on a medicated heat patch, took my what's it called, prednisone, and I'm not feeling like Superman, but I'm feeling all right. So I'm gonna hit a stand here tonight where where I killed my 10-point last year. The wind's right for it, and then I've got my plan for tomorrow. We're some of the last standing corn here. Oh, there's a bunch of corn that just got spilled. We'll go look at that. I think they accidentally spilled a whole bunch here. Oh, that doesn't look like a whole bunch, but they've been seeing deer out here like crazy. Oh, there's a nice, it just goes around in a circle. It's like a fairy ring of corn. Hey, that bodes well for me. That's what we're gonna be hunting right about there. I'm not worried about driving by these woods because these deer are so used to the farmer coming around here every day in his four-wheeler, and they've been seeing all these trucks and tractors and semis harvesting corn this last week, that this will not, this won't spook them. I think they're actually probably comfortable with it. Let's go hunting in the wind, shall we? It's really windy. Love this stuff. So, it always feels good once you get to your stand. Thank you, honey, for talking me into going deer hunting today. You're a good wife. You're a good woman. Love you. I don't want to kill one tonight. It's got to be a monster or a really good shot at a doe. But the season is just starting for me. So this is probably the first sit of many. This is where I killed my buck last year. And this is where I killed my first deer with archery, a little doe, probably 20 some years ago. That's the trail we came in on. So once this wind dies down, I'll do a little bit of grunting, and I'll do some rattling with this cool new little rattles. I'll show you what they are. I think they're gonna work really good rather than carry antlers in. I almost didn't come hunting today. My back's feeling a lot better. That heat patch is making a big difference. So, okay, do you want to hear something stupid? Learn a lesson from me. You know how people always say get off your phone when you're hunting? Guess what? I was just on my phone, and you know what I just caught the tail end of with my camera off? A bobcat walking down that dry creek bed. He walked right here in front of me. And I was on my stinking phone. I was looking at I had a video drop on YouTube today, and I was looking to see how it was doing. Silly. Very silly. Okay, I'm gonna do a grunting call, a little grunting sequence, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of rattling. It's 4 o'clock. Animals are obviously on their feet. This is the new little rattling tool I was telling you about. Body slam everything you can, do some grunting, and that just sounds more realistic. So we're about an hour and a half away from what I call the magic hour. Does. That little forkhorn just came trotting in right there. I didn't even hear him. All of a sudden I just saw him running towards me. Yeah, it can go from nothing to everything real fast in the woods. Well, there's a few minutes of shooting light left, but we're out of camera light. Unless something crazy happens, we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's gonna get really windy over the next hour or two. I'm gonna tickle the antlers and do some grunting while it's still calm enough. I think deer are gonna be coming out of the fields up this way. We're up on a ridge. We're in a different stand. I've released 3 arrows from this stand over 7 years, and I've killed 3 bucks. It's a really good spot. That's easy. We'll see if they work. Well, it's 10 o'clock. Sometimes when it's slow, there's a little bit of a risk in it, but I like to get out of the tree and get down and make a lot of noise and bang around, do a rattling session on the ground, and just body slam brush, break as much brush as you can to sound like 2 bucks fighting. I've never got caught on the ground yet. But one time I did have a buck come in almost as soon as I got back up in the tree. But it just is more realistic than, rattling from up in your tree. Because deer are pretty good at pinpointing the sound of where things are coming from. Anyway, it's worth a try if it's slow. It's good just to get down, I think, and do a rattling session and make a lot of noise. It's paid off for me several times in the past, so. Anyway, we'll keep sitting here about 2 more hours. See if something happens. It's harvest time. There's a lot of standing corn here. We're one of the last farms in the area that still has standing corn. I think this woods is going to hold a lot of deer. This is the second evening sit. This morning was kind of a bust. I did do a sneak on a pretty big body 10 point on the ground at about 1 o'clock. Maybe 12:30. But I wasn't quick enough. But as far as sitting in the stand went, it was a pretty dead morning. We'll get in with about 3.5 hours of shooting light left. It's a pretty easy stand to get into.
All right, I kicked up a doe about 30 yards from my stand. This is exactly what happened last year. But she didn't snort, she just bounded away. So, stay tuned. We got about 3 hours here now to sit. This is feeling really good. Well, other than the doe that I jumped up when I came in, haven't seen any deer. We got 1 hour of shooting light left. But here's a little tip. Instead of tipping the can, blow into it. It sounds more real. You get more volume. Okay, it's sit number 4. We call this the Elwoods. I was not gonna hunt here because I was convinced the wind was out of the north this afternoon. But it's out of the west. That's a good wind to hunt this stand. So we've got 2 hours. I'm glad I checked the weather once I got here because I was gonna go a mile from here. This is the stand that I wanted to sit. I like hunting this before gun season because once this woods gets blown out, it can take days to repopulate, but it usually holds deer the first 1 or 2 sits. And this is a great stand to access when the wind is out of the west or the south. So that guy was broken off on his left side. Probably might have been a 2.5-year-old, decent bodied 8-point. But he came in smelling all the doe pee. He's been hanging out here for about 20 minutes. I really want him to leave because I want to get down and do a rattling sequence because the wind is dying down. And I've got a feeling this woods is probably holding some more deer. And I think it feels like the kind of night where they'll come in looking for a fight because they're really close to getting ramped up. So hopefully I can rattle or grunt in a bigger buck. One of the biggest bucks that I ever missed was from this stand about 6 years ago. And I was just starting to pack up. I probably had 2 minutes of shooting light left. And all of a sudden this tank of a deer was 15 yards behind my stand, walking away. And somehow I shot under that deer at like 18 yards. I still kick myself about it. So we've probably got 30 minutes of camera light left. About 40 minutes of shooting time.
Brr, brr, hey! Brr. Well, good morning. Now for the not so great part about bow hunting. I had 6 minutes of legal light left when that big, a wide 10-point or a wide 8-point, quite tall, huge body and neck. He came in right under my stand and just locked up right there. So there was no camera light left. You might end up hearing me yelling at this deer to stop him. He finally stepped over the logs and stepped out in front of me, and I had to yell at him to stop him. I put my pin on it. I could barely see my pin. He was so close. When I shot, he jumped hard to the side, took off to the south, and then I never heard him crash, and it went silent pretty quick. And I sat there for almost 30 minutes. I got down, got my arrow, one little speck of blood on it, and I think a little bit of fat. If the deer had come in just 15 minutes sooner, would have just got some amazing footage, I think. And anyway, so I backed out of there, and I didn't find any blood because I didn't look. The woods were too noisy. If I don't know, we're just gonna go see what I find now. So it's been 14 hours since the shot. Let's see, 6 plus 8, yeah, 14 hours. I'm gonna work my way along the west edge of this woods back to the north and then cut into my stand, see if I can pick up any blood or hair, and maybe we'll find this deer in its bed, or maybe we won't. You know, I just saw a coyote through my binoculars. So the shot was inside that little crotch of the woods there last night. I just saw a coyote get up from there and go running back and forth. So we'll see. There's a chance, because if the deer was hit hard, I don't think he's going to leave these woods. There's nothing else around it. There's a chance that deer is dead in there. All right, so quick update. I spent 4 hours this morning. Couldn't find any blood, any hair. I did kick up a deer twice that didn't seem to want to leave those woods. I backed out and I went and had a late lunch, and then 2 of my friends and their dog came, and I positioned, well, anyway, we did our part and we honeycombed and crisscrossed those woods. Never found any indication of a deer leaving. Never found any blood or hair in there. The dog never picked up on anything. So I think that deer got really lucky and I hit it. You know, my angle was straight down. It was only 8 yards from the stand, and I think I hit it low, maybe through the brisket. I know I hit it because I've got a little fleck of blood on my shaft, but I think I got some tallow on the shaft. So I did my part. I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to do an evening sit in a new stand I've never hunted before. Well, it's been a long, long time, but the wind is right for it. So